Hi. So it has been, I don't know, months since my last video upload. It's almost the end of September. It is fall equinox. It is a very exciting time. There's been a lot of changes. There's a lot to update you guys on. So April 22nd this year was Earth Day. Leading into Earth Day, I was going through this huge phase of exploring zero waste, going plastic free, trying to see what things I could do in my life to be more eco-friendly and environmentally friendly. So the month of March was the month that I decided to try to go plastic free. So when I did that, I recorded a ton. I took my phone with me everywhere. I took my GoPro with me. I recorded a bunch of videos. I trialed different biodegradable poop bags and all this other stuff to try to essentially go zero waste. I tried eliminating all plastic waste for an entire month. And that was extremely difficult. So I had managed to capture quite a bit of what I did. But it kind of went on the wayside. And one of the things that I did was I tried making my own toothpaste at home. That's one of the more common things to do. Even as someone that doesn't go zero waste, I remember when I lived with my brother is like a cost saving thing. He was like, why am I always buying toothpaste? I'm just going to make my own. And he mixed his own toothpaste. So I made a toothpaste. So yeah, this video is a long time coming. I sat down to try to get back into the things that I hadn't been doing in a while. And as I started going through footage and stuff that I had saved in my computer, I noticed that I had all these snips for this video, but I never officially sat down to record the intro for it. Why? Because I had planned on using this as part of the zero waste, make small changes in your life to help eliminate some of your plastic waste. So without further ado, here's my recipe. So I've got 2 tablespoons of baking soda. I'm gonna add 15 to 20 of these guys. 20. And then next I'm gonna add 10 drops of myrrh. So obviously the peppermint is for flavor, and then this myrrh is antibacterial and anti-inflammatory. All right. Next up is the activated charcoal. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of this. I'm gonna leave the rest of that on. I'm actually gonna do xylitol first. That way I can use the same spoon without putting charcoal in my sugar. So I bought xylitol sweetener just for this. It is a sugar derivative. Bacteria cannot live off of it. So in terms of it being good for brushing your teeth and then rinsing and spitting and then going to bed and letting it sit, because bacteria cannot eat it. So basically the bacteria ends up starving and dying off. If you have it in packets, it'd be about 2 packets. 1 sugar packet is about a teaspoon. I'm just gonna put, we'll kind of go from there. I'm gonna put 1, slide this here, 1 more than heaping tablespoon, so. It's used in a lot of dental products because of that. It even says on the package, prevents tooth decay, because you can believe everything on the packaging. All right. So next up, I've got charcoal on my fingers already. Stuff gets everywhere. I'm going to use 1 scoop, less than a full scoop. It's about a little less than a tablespoon. If I can get a full tablespoon of activated charcoal. Shit's everywhere. And then lastly, coconut oil. Now my oil at room temperature, because I live in, I'm gonna censor myself because I live in Nevada. At room temperature, it's already melted. I've got extra virgin cold pressed coconut oil. I'm gonna add about a half a cup. As I spill. Yeah, just a little more. Right there. Okay, good enough. And then use a chopstick. I'm gonna stir. A tablespoon was a little too much. Maybe I should have used like a teaspoon or something. So I'm gonna say that that's it. I was gonna use this morning to brush my teeth. I might hold off. I might pop this in the refrigerator just to make it a little bit more solid, so I'm not using plain oil. I don't know, we'll see. We'll give it a go. So that worked out really well. Other than the fact I'm terrified of staining my entire bathroom black. That activated charcoal is different. So why? Basically why? Why am I making my own toothpaste? So I was trying to slam it for emphasis. Let me go like this a little bit. There. That's why. Natural toothpaste has been kind of taking the world by storm, especially activated charcoal. Activated charcoal is like this big thing. So the thought is that because of its like toxic and chemical absorbing properties, that if it's on your teeth, it's going to absorb and pull the toxins out of your teeth, ultimately improving your oral health. So it's hit or miss. A lot of people say that it's whitening too because of that it pulls and lifts the stains out of your teeth. We'll find out. I've been using this, but not regularly. But this comes in a plastic tube, and it's like $6 a tube. And this is some of the least expensive, all natural, vegan, cruelty-free, especially activated charcoal types of toothpaste out there. It says it's fluoride-free whitening toothpaste, and the reason it's whitening is because of the activated charcoal. But it's activated charcoal with fresh mint and coconut oil. You can see that. Fresh mint and coconut oil. It's a 4-ounce bottle. Hi, it's Editing Andy. It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning. And as I'm going through this, I am finding so many gaps and so many holes of things that I did not do. So at this point in the video, I was supposed to do a cost analysis and a breakdown. And I was supposed to explain that the 4 ounces at like, $6 a piece is like, what, $1.50, $1.60, $1.70, like, because it was more than just $6. It was like closer to $7. It's a little over $1.50 an ounce. And what I was going to do was I was going to do a cost breakdown and show the cost for the activated charcoal, the cost for the coconut oil, the cost for the baking soda, which I already had, which most containers of baking soda are like less than 99 cents, depending on where you buy it and what brand you get. The oil is what would have been most expensive. Peppermint oil. Everything that I used in that was organic. So the peppermint oil, I bought a very large container of it comparatively. So that was like $20 almost for that, $20 or $30 at Whole Foods for that container of peppermint oil. But I use essential oils. So I have a diffuser, like on a regular basis, I use essential oils. So for me, that's not an extra cost. I intentionally bought a larger jar because personally, I didn't know if I had enough peppermint oil left to use for toothpaste. For the myrrh, personally, I did not own myrrh. I cut it out because this video was getting ridiculously long, and to get back into it, like trying to keep it under a 20-minute video. But myrrh has a bunch of like oral positive properties outside of its use as an essential oil. So myrrh is actually more of like a sap or a resin. It's not really an oil. So the one that I used, if you buy like an essential oil of myrrh, it's actually myrrh distillate. So you can do more research on that if you ever decide to mimic this recipe. Myrrh is great for overall health. It's especially good for your teeth. But myrrh is also very expensive. There's a reason the three kings brought Jesus Christ frankincense and myrrh. And it's because those two are considered like the holy grail essential oils, or like the holy grail items that you could bring someone because of the properties that are associated with those items. So I'm going to skip ahead and try to wrap this up. The next portion is when I actually brushed my teeth with it and thought, maybe I should record this and not just like get up and shut the camera off and turn it back on again. So that part. So it is super late. This is the toothpaste now. I've used a good amount of it. There was a good portion throughout when the temperature was really, really hot that I couldn't use it because I would try to put it in the refrigerator and pull it back out and then scoop. I couldn't get the oil to break off that way. But now that the weather has gotten a little bit cooler, what I found is that the perfect temperature to scoop this out, this is what the inside looks like at this point. There you go. The perfect temperature to try and scoop it out is right after I've showered, because I leave it sitting on the kitchen sink, or I leave it sitting in the bathroom sink, and the steam and the moisture from the shower warms it up and slightly melts the oil a little bit, so it's really soft, and then I just take my toothbrush in and take like a big scoop. I didn't just shower, so this is a little bit more hard. So I'm just going to take my toothbrush. I'm just going to go in, wiggle it back and forth a little bit. I'm going to use the back of my toothbrush to scrape a little bit, and I scrape it off. What I found throughout my course of using this, I need to use more than a regular toothpaste. I've got a good amount on there, and I know this looks really funky, but it smells really good. It smells super clean. It smells like peppermint and baking soda. But what I found is that using a little bit is really painful on my gums simply because it's so abrasive. If I put enough on the toothbrush like this, the coconut oil actually coats my gums. I can't use Arm & Hammer toothpaste. It shreds my gums. I can use this. Like the oil coats my gums. It actually works as like a moisturizer on my lips too, so my skin feels really good. So definitely I'm going to end up using the rest of this, especially as we go into wintertime, because it naturally, like when I go to rinse, it ends up like a little bit ends up on my hands. I get some along my lips, and it keeps my lips from getting chapped. The only thing though with this toothpaste is like any type of activated charcoal toothpaste, you have to be careful where you brush your teeth, because the activated charcoal, the black in your like toothpaste foam, if it sprinkles all over your sink, like stain your sink. So I'll just go for it. So I have really tender gums. My canines are like receding into the gums on my canines are receding. And it's something that gets brought up every dentist appointment. It's just something I have to be careful of, is not pressing too hard. But yeah, that's my experience with it. I will absolutely use the rest of it. I probably won't remake this exact same one again. I will likely kind of dabble with it a little bit. It's a little bit abrasive. The consistency is not stable. So those are kind of like my two cons. My pro is that it leaves my mouth feeling really, really clean. I really like the flavor. It's a very natural mint. It's peppermint essential oil and myrrh, and like the coconut oil itself coats my mouth, and it's super hydrating. And overall, I like it. So that's my review. I give it 1 thumbs up. I wouldn't say 2 thumbs up. I'd say 1 thumbs up. It's good enough for me to substitute with my toothpaste, but it's not like oh my God, I'm going to tell the whole world about it. So that's my experience with that homemade toothpaste. I hope you guys like this video. I know it's kind of a weird ending, but I realized that like I never actually wrapped it up. And I'm trying to get back on track with like making videos and doing all that stuff. I'm really figuring out that balance that I've so dearly been missing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.